Hello guys and welcome to a drink review. This time it's SportyFeel, a BCAA drink, Tutti Frutti flavor. So yeah, Tutti Frutti. I do not remember what a Tutti Frutti flavor would taste like. Oh Jesus. But let's see. It smells kind of like what I would think Tutti Frutti. I mean, I don't know when the last time I ate something that was Tutti, like candy that was Tutti Frutti flavored is, but this is how it looks. Like a slight orangey tint. Yep. Okay. That is Tutti Frutti flavor. Yeah, I've had that. I know I've had Tutti Frutti, but as soon as you taste it, like, oh yeah, it's that flavor. I don't know, what is that flavor? Well, if you have Tutti Frutti flavored candy, it tastes just like that, with a slight aftertaste of the BCAA. You know, that taste that you get, especially from early BCAA drinks. In later years, I've noticed they are really good at just hiding that flavor completely, or just you don't taste it at all. There's some type of there at the end, but it's good. I would probably dilute this by like 25%. So I'm probably just gonna put this entire can in this and then just fill the rest with carbonated water. Because it's a little bit strong. But it's good. Alright. And this is gonna come out on the same day. I'm recording this on the 16th of May 2004. So as soon as I stop this recording, I'm gonna upload it, because I recorded a Dying Lights, don't remember what the game is called, First Look. That first look is completely cursed. My mic was like peaking all the time, don't know why. The game itself like takes 15 minutes for you. Like, there's a 15-minute cutscene in the beginning of the game. You know what I think? I think that's unacceptable. And also, then when you get to play the game, it gave me such a headache. I was so dizzy, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ! It's like, I mean, I don't even get dizzy when I'm on a. I mean, when was the last time I was on like a roller coaster? Probably when I was like 8. But even then, I wasn't, I didn't get dizzy. I've been spun around, I don't get dizzy. But this game in particular, something about it made me so dizzy. And now, every time I try to edit this specific video, every time it reaches 98%, it crashes. No other video does it. I've tried to edit a video even after this to see is there something wrong with something else. Nope. So I don't know. Should I just upload it, just the raw footage? Oh god, I'm getting hiccups. It is terrible, the raw footage. My mic is like peaking like hell. And the game is like super quiet. God. I just drank that little and I'm already getting like extreme hiccups. Alright, well, that is that. Some comments. And one comment by Lazul. Lamau, already a good start. and timestamp 52 seconds on the first look, The Amazing American Circus. And I would say it was probably one of the only good things about the game, for context, in the game, The Amazing American Circus. You can, import in a picture that's gonna be your character profile. And it's very easy to do. You just do it from the game itself. In the game, you don't have to mess around with adding it to folders or anything. I think it's actually a pretty cool way they've done that. I know other games have it as well, but you have to do it yourself by adding it into folders or replacing certain images with whatever you want for them to display. This one, not the case. But the game itself, boring to me. Now the other comment. Oh yeah, this comment was... Well, there's actually two different people. Alright. Well, it doesn't change my point of view anyways. One comment by Derek. It kind of just seems like you're hating on this animation for the sake of it. Astartes is a great animation made by a single person, by the way, and I hope to see more from the creator, even if he's shackled from Games Workshop. Or not from, by Games Workshop. And then and to me, that doesn't really make sense. Because just hating it for the sake of it. I think the actual animation, the graphics, are great. And I think he uses the darkness pretty well, probably to hide some mistakes here and there. I think it looks great. The story is trash. Pretty much everything other than the graphics, and I guess you could also say the sound design. I would say the sound design is okay, maybe even a little bit better than okay. Maybe a 6 out of 9. The graphics, I would probably give it a 7 or 8 out of 9. Depending on what part. Some parts are better than others, of course. And also, I guess one more positive I'll give to the animation is that when that Astartes is running, the Space Marine is running, it looks so retarded, and that made me laugh because it's very, very funny how stupid it looks. And at least that gave me some emotion. That is a positive for me because it made me laugh. It gave me an emotion, while everything else I was just bored. So that's the problem with Astartes. I'm not hating it just to hate it for the sake of it. I'm disliking it because I don't think I hate the animation. I dislike it, however, because it is extremely boring. And basically, my comment was, and when I replied, was Astartes has a good crust, but it's completely empty inside. There are no characters, only Space Marine wank fuel. And for some that's enough, but not for me. And I think I explained what I meant there. Graphics isn't enough for me. Especially if it was just a picture, if the creator of whoever, if Astartes was just a picture, then the only thing you really need is graphics, for it to look good. But for an animation, it's a multimedia entertainment. Just one out of all the other things isn't enough. What else? And then, I said, fun seeing a comment like this because it's exactly like the brony tinted glasses the My Little Pony fandom had against any kind of criticism of the show. And yeah, it is very fun. Because in the pony fandom, or the My Little Pony fandom, specifically Friendship is Magic is what I'm talking about. If you had any kind of criticism, for example, the last season, it was the last season, episode 24 and 25 was a two-parter. And I really liked episode 24. But 25 was terrible. That absolutely horrible. And for a lot of bronies, it was kind of like, that means you hate both episodes. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying. I like 24, I dislike 25. And for them, it's like, well, they're connected. There's like part 1 and part 2. You cannot like one thing and dislike another. It's kind of like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, you have to like everything to like it. And if you dislike something, that means you hate it and hate everything. Like, doesn't make any sense. And I've only ever seen that type of thinking. Probably it exists in every single fandom, whatever. You know, most likely. I mean, I don't engage with fandoms normally because, I mean, my opinion of fandoms is that you shouldn't be a fan of anything. You know, fandoms as a whole are retarded. And also it's kind of like, yeah, sure, we'll enjoy the same entertainment. Why would I want to be in a group with you? Like, that isn't enough for me to want to engage with you as a group or identify myself as something. Like, I'm not a 40k fan. I enjoy certain 40k stuff, but I would not call myself a fan. I'm not a fan of anything. But there's a lot of things I like, but I'm not a fan. So that was my answer. And then Mighty Phantom answered, "This is a pretty hostile reaction to some minor criticism. I would work on getting a thicker skin and accepting others' opinions if you want to be a creator on YouTube. Hope the advice helps." And then I answered, hostile? Because I don't understand where the hostility comes in. But I guess this also reinforces, my first comment about 40k fans basically being the new bronies in the fact of how their tinted glasses look. For example, Mighty Phantom, because he has 40k tinted glasses, when he reads something that's kind of like, you know what? I like the animation, I didn't like everything else. And me basically responded to Derek when Derek said, you hated it, just hated it. But like, no, that's not true. I liked the animation, I disliked everything else. That is not me just hating it to hate it. Because if that was the case, I wouldn't have liked the things that I liked. That was part of the animation, right? And me saying that is considered a hostile reaction to criticism. Well, first of all, I don't know what criticism Derek gave. He made a statement, sure, that he thinks, or at least seems like, I hated it, just hate it. Then I respond to him, well, that's not the case, and this is why. So the fact that the 40k fandom, and when I say 40k fan, I'm only meaning these two people, which, to be fair, when it comes to this part, is like 100% of the interactions I've had with the 40k fandom. So, yeah. And I will say there's also a difference between the 40k fandom and the Brony fandom. Because in the Brony fandom, like, people had problems with you, like, talk shit, like, criticizing Hasbro and DHX and all that. While in the 40k one, they love you shit-talking Games Workshop. But they are like, oh god, you cannot say anything negative about any fan stuff in the 40k. Like, that is heresy, that's not allowed. Which is retarded, no. Like, okay, it was made by a single person. That doesn't matter. I'll still criticize the things that I didn't like. To me, who makes it means nothing. When it comes to if I like it or not. Like, who makes something or what other people think has no value to me when it comes to what I enjoy as entertainment. But that is pretty much the comments, actually. So hopefully tomorrow I'll try and edit the Dying Lights video again. Otherwise, I'll just upload it as it is, and we all have to suffer the consequences.